Well, productivity for entrepreneurs is one of the key topics that entrepreneurs face, and there is a difference between what entrepreneurs look at productivity and what normal people look at productivity. So, in today's call, this is Jeev Sahoo, and we have Kit Chung, the CEO of Fruity.com. Hi, Kit.
Hi there.
So, let's start. And in this presentation, I will also mention a few specific things for entrepreneurs, not just the generic things that you can find on the web about being productive and managing your schedule. Well, what is special with entrepreneurs? What is special is their time. And I believe that time is extremely much more valuable than money. 1 minute gone does not come back. A pound or a dollar gone can be earned back, and this is why entrepreneurs really value that. It is important for everybody in general, but especially for entrepreneurs. Why? Is because entrepreneurs take greater risk than their investors, as their entire time is invested in a single investment to look at. So when we have a startup, it's like our baby, and here we are not spreading our time across 10 different things that we're doing. In fact, in such a case, we may or may not be successful. It depends on how productive we are. And entrepreneurs are doing the equivalent of climbing Mount Everest, or a very difficult task, against all advice. Everybody tells them this is not how it should work, especially because the rest of the world have not seen what the entrepreneur is seeing in general, as far as the vision is concerned. And of course, a lot of them fail, and there is a very thin line between crazy and brave. There are a number of Olympians who are unsung, only the few of them that we hear of them, but there are people who have tried their best and gone into oblivion. So the generic advice items, I feel, are things that can be applied to unmotivated tasks as well. So let's say we are having just another company of a small business having a specific operation. The innovation part is less, the repetition part is more. People are instructed on how things work. In such a case, these productivity tips are related about managing your calendar and managing your energy in some of these bigger companies in the recent years as well. However, there is a bit more into that as far as motivation is concerned. Now, in general, you can delegate. That's the most common advice that we get. Either you delegate, delete, or do it yourself. You should delegate when things can be done better by someone else, cheaper by someone else, perhaps easier. They are a better use of your time, especially if someone else is doing it, and the impact of revenue is less, especially on sales with extremely important clients. You may decide to do them yourselves, if not delegate it, but then analyze impact versus effort as well. Now, of course, all of us have to prioritize. People who say that everything is priority 1 or priority 0, they don't have a priority at all to start with. Now, this is common sense. Many people forget. Prioritizing is the key. We have to minimize distraction. This is another common productivity tool that comes. It again sounds as common sense, but still, we really have to minimize it. We have to stop. We have to keep the blocks of time where people do not let people come in and start taking away our attention span. And attention is something that is not at all in abundance these days. Now, I would like to go slowly into some things done by entrepreneurs, and I've been collecting these from other entrepreneurs as well, because they have gone through the pain. Sometimes they want far more than the number of hours that there are in the day or the week, and Elon Musk is not the only one who is working 90 plus hours a week, which is what I call by unsung Olympians. We do hear about successful people, but almost every entrepreneur needs to be working more or getting more out of the same time that we all have. So the key tool is our calendar. Now, even with the calendar, the important aspect is to use focus batches. This is extremely common advice given by entrepreneurs. Put a time and do something and get it done. And even if we have to plan up to the last 15-minute slots, we have to plan it and do it and finish it. There is an amazing satisfaction that comes when you finish something compared to something that is really lingering on since ages. Finishing things builds momentum. And the well-known quotation, and there are books on it as well, about eating the frog: do the difficult ones first. So there are conflicting advice available depending on whom you speak with. Some people say finish the easiest one first, some of them say finish the difficult one first and everything else looks easy. I say do what makes you move. If you are still indecisive, if things are stuck, do the first thing and move on. Build momentum, build momentum, build momentum. Feeling in control of our schedule reduces mental fatigue, and this is an important part in managing our own energy. And our own energy is related to our motivation, the why we are doing it. Because come on, all entrepreneurs are doing this for a reason. There is a bigger reason, and that reason is far more than getting the paycheck or just another salary or an employment. And the key word here I have put is a sustainable routine. I have talked to many entrepreneurs who really want to do a lot of things within the week. Now as things start slipping, as things start moving, something that they planned for 60 minutes is now taking more than that, they lose control, they lose motivation. Now the key is really you have to make it sustainable routine, and even when you don't like it, keep going. Create a weekly strategy and stick to it. Sticking to it is very important, keeping some gaps for deviations as well. In fact, you could use those deviations and gaps for celebrations, because let's say I planned 90 minutes and I finished the work in 60. The next 30 could be used for fun, family, more planning, to do something else, to get on, to move faster than we planned. And it's an amazing feeling when you move faster than what you have planned. What is the big picture? Why are we doing all these things? You can see what is being looked in the mirror in this picture. Entrepreneurs have a bigger vision which may or may not have been communicated to everybody in the team, but their why needs to be clear. And this is so much more powerful in being productive. Every time I remember why I am doing this, I simply get up and do it. That really motivates me. What is the cost of inaction? And look at the cost in 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, and so on. Not just opportunity loss or loss aversion, what people talk about even in finance or productivity workshops. I have thought of ideas 5 years ago and done nothing about it, and someone else came and did a very big success out of it. That is the cost of inaction. That is what I lost. And look at the picture here. Now, can this person afford inaction? And just imagine, this is what we are climbing up, and this climbing up cannot be stopped. We have to keep moving, we have to take small steps, and the cost of inaction is a very, very powerful motivator for keep on moving. Now, if things are still on your calendar and you have not done it for a number of times, you have skipped 2 times, 3 times, really look at it. I think you can delete it. Maybe we don't really need to reschedule it, someone else can do it, and be a bit ruthless. You can delete it. You might get far more by deleting the task than even keeping it, because believe me, there are times where the task list itself becomes a task list, and people are afraid of even opening that task list and start how many of us have done a fresh task list next month just because the previous task list is so let's say we get scared of them. Now this one is key. We have to keep moving. We have looked at inaction, we have looked at task list, we have looked at making small steps, but don't chase perfection. When we learn a new language, it has been said that fluency beats accuracy. Especially when you are talking with day-to-day people, fluency beats accuracy. You can be extremely accurate, but if you take ages to learn a language, um, well, it is not going to help you in the long run. Keep doing small things, may not be to perfection, don't chase perfection, keep moving. This one is from my personal experience. Empty your mind every day for some time. Now we know that none of us are entirely extrovert, none of us are entirely introvert. We have mix of everything. None of us can be boxed into a specific type of person, and we really need our own time to be completely empty, to relax and let the brain do some planning for itself after the re-energized part is there. Many people do it first thing in the morning, last thing before bed, a bit after lunch. Choose your time. In fact, I personally do it 3 to 4 times a day, but for a few seconds, and that nobody knows. I just sit for 10 seconds. 10 seconds is all I need every few hours, and it makes me mindful of that. Really powerful. Do one task that satisfies you for the day fully. Seriously, I mean, yesterday there was something. I did a video for my next marathon run for asking for fundraising, and I sent it to a charity. I was really satisfied with that. Even if everything else is going wrong, that one thing, at least, of course you can do more than that, is going to make you feel that today was worth it for my startup. And I'll give an example. One of these startups I'm talking with, she is trying to change the lives of pregnant women, and she has a vision. So even a small thing that is helping, she's actually so happy that because of her, someone else is benefiting in the long run. Now this is a powerful driving factor, and believe me, you'll never have any kind of procrastination or non-productive kind of things if these are the kind of things that are driving us. Be at the top of your health. Entrepreneurs cannot afford being sick, and especially because we are more stressed, we might fall more sick because our immunity might be affected. Contact family as much as possible, even if we know that sometimes family restrictions are there because of the work. The startup or the company by itself is our baby as well. Run, eat well. This is common sense, but you cannot imagine how many people just survive on caffeine. Well, there are ways out of it, and balance is the name of the game. Journal yourself, audit yourself, be honest. You need not use pen and paper. You can use a piece of software, you can jot something, you can use post-it notes. But if you don't remember what's happening in your life, every passing week can feel like a month. I mean, I have done so many things between last Tuesday and this Tuesday, and if I don't audit myself, part of them used to be very non-productive things. I mean, I have a great chat with somebody, but it never led to a business. Of course I should have great chats with people, but if it does not lead to what is my final goal, we can always have that chat at a later time. I mean, with due respect. And these are the things that, I mean, you will never realize how much time we have spent on Facebook just because we were doing some work for our own startup and finally we're watching other videos. Well, honesty to ourselves. We are here for our own business, for our own startup. Have an accountability partner. I really realized the importance of this when I was learning languages. I asked somebody to be my accountability partner, and it really increases the speed of achievement, because as entrepreneurs we are our own boss, and when we are our own boss, we can be our own worst boss. An accountability partner will ask us, hey, what's that goal going? And I have accountability partners for different goals. Different people are there for different goals, and they're friends. I take 5 minutes of their time every once in a while, but I give them the opportunity to ask me, hey man, you wanted to learn a new language, where are we there? And we have a good talk. Just because I'm answerable to someone makes me work. This is a very mild example, but there are very important examples where accountability partners can make or break goals in the long run, especially like important ones like fundraising, where you think you're doing things, but we miss the opportunity. And believe me, everything can go to the bin. Someone else will come and do it. Enjoy the journey and the destination and the next journey, because we know we are all entrepreneurs. Once we achieve what we wanted to achieve, things move on to the next step. We have a new goal. We are going from goals to goals, from motivation to motivation. We are driven people, but we need to have fun every baby step. So this is all I had to speak in this brief video. Kit, do you want to have any remarks? Did you find it useful?
Yeah, it was very useful. It just reminds me that, some of the things are common sense, but it always helps to, I guess it's a framework, those different slides as a framework that we should constantly be thinking of how we can improve productivity.
Yes, and you have been an entrepreneur for more than 2 years, if I'm right, isn't it? So,
I mean, I've been doing things for most of my adult life, so
right.
I don't really like the word entrepreneur, but it's trying to do business, trying to grow things from zero. So I've always been doing that in my adult life.
So the question was, are these topics reminding you of things that you faced and things that you overcame? You must have gone through these cycles and phases where you wanted to achieve more, and you must have had your own little battles.
Yeah, I think your last point is that having an accountability partner, someone to keep you in check.
Yes.
I think that's at the end of the day that's important, because I think you can try to do a lot of the things that you said in the slides in terms of helping to increase productivity. But at the end of the day, you should be held accountable for, are you meeting your goals and your targets?
Exactly.
And if you're at a loss and not set, if you're only just writing it down on a piece of paper and you miss that goal, don't think, I'll write that off and I'll try and do it tomorrow, and then tomorrow comes and you'll say, I'll try and do it by the end of the week. So it's always good when, even it doesn't mean that they are hard on you or negative, but you just need someone to just really give you that little kick.
Exactly.
To do it.
As a friendly criticism as well. We sometimes need a bit of bitter medicine ourselves, but we need some friendly critics to help us be on track.
Yeah, totally agree.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Kate. And this is all I had to say. Thank you so much for listening.